Hey witches, Dawn here. Thank you so much for stopping by. I thought I would talk about something that is pretty important in spell work and in just about anything we do, really, is raising energy. So it's not just, for me, it's not just confined to spellcrafting. I believe, raising energy for anything I do is very important, whether it's just energy in my body or energy that I'm going to be putting into something. So let's see, you've heard of the cone of power, right? Cone of energy, cone of power. You raise a certain amount of energy for your spell working, and then you release it into the universe, and it's basically trapped in a cone. You visualize a cone around you going up into a point, and you're building up this energy inside, and then you release it. It's kind of like the end of a wand is at a point, and then you build up this energy and just release it out to the universe. Okay, so there are different ways of raising energy, and I'm sure you've heard of a lot of them and maybe even use quite a few of them. Dancing, breath work. So in pranayama, there's something called bellows breath, where it's kind of like, they call it a bellows, where it's a tool where you open and close it, and it has this like bladder that fills up with air, and then you squeeze it and it blows air out. It's to stoke a fire, to get a fire to get a little hotter and a little bit bigger. But this generates a lot of energy in your body, and you can use that to build up energy for spell work or for getting ready to do some exercise or work. It can help you warm up your body. So this raising of energy is, I feel, is important for me to get ready for my day, because I wake up, I'm kind of groggy, and coffee, and I'm sure a lot of you can relate. But I want to generate the energy in my body to wake my body up and wake my mind up, because it's kind of nice to have my mind being able to focus on what I need to do, right? Okay, so there are other ways of generating energy, and one of them is you put your hands together and you visualize energy coming out of your hands and forming a ball in between your hands. And then a lot of times you'll feel it like on the palm of your hand. And once you feel it, just bring your palms together a little bit and then pull them back apart. And what you'll end up feeling, for most people, is like toffee, where you pull toffee. Is that right? Taffy? Toffee? I don't know. Taffy or toffee, whatever it is. It's very thick and rubbery, kind of stringy, like cheese, you pull it apart and you bring it together. But you can feel it. You can feel the energy pulling on your hands and then pushing against your hands, your palms, when you bring them together. And then there's something else, another way that I learned for generating energy. And yes, you can rub your hands together, and that helps a lot. But also like this. So I'm just passing my hands back and forth against each other, but not touching. Try that. That's so cool. You can feel the energy between them, and it gets a little bit bigger and a little bit bigger. But you get to like a sphere or a ball, you can program this energy. You can program this energy for healing, for attracting money, for business success, whatever, the usual spell work. And then you can put it into, like, you're working, like if you have a poppet or if you have a stone that you're going to carry around with you, you can program that energy and then put it into the stone and then carry the stone with you. Okay, so also sometimes what I do is I'll build up this energy and I'll put healing energy into it, and then put it on a part of my body that I'm having trouble with, so that it absorbs that energy into my body. If you know Reiki, then you can do the same thing. You turn on your Reiki energy and you put it into a ball in the middle here and program it with healing energy, and then just put it into your body. So wherever, if you have a bum shoulder, then put it up into your shoulder. So anything like that. And then if you want to send it to another person, use a poppet. My Reiki teacher said use a stuffed animal. So she had a bunch of little stuffed animals about this big, where you can handle it pretty easily, and then just send Reiki energy to that stuffed animal or poppet. Of course, you have to tag lock it, and as a witch, to tag lock it with the person's hair or their picture or their name and birth date. And with Reiki energy, you visualize them between your palms, right? And you do all the symbols and you call their name, and then you put it into the poppet or the stuffed animal. And then you can send that energy to them. Okay, so these are different ways of raising your energy for spell work or just for beginning your day. I've been getting into scripting, and so before, and just to explain, scripting is about writing out what you want to happen. So, and you're supposed to write it out in the present tense, which maybe I should get into that sometime. Yeah, I'm gonna make a separate video on scripting and wording and affirmations and stuff like that, because I have a lot of trouble with what they tell you to, how they tell you to do it. So I'll make a separate video on that. But I do the scripting where I write out what I want, kind of like writing out an incantation for a spell. But this is more of describing what it is that I want in detail and calling it to me. And I like to raise my energy when I'm doing the scripting, because it makes it more powerful. I'm putting more energy into the action that I'm doing, what I'm trying to make manifest in my life. So the more energy I can put into it, the quicker it will come about, the quicker it will manifest. Of course, there are other different factors that are involved, like availability, how quickly the universe can move certain people around and get the thing to manifest in your life. But that's another topic too. So anyway, I just wanted to talk about that, because I learned this one and I'm like, wow, this is really cool, because it's kind of like a generator, how a generator generates electricity. And we can do that as well. We have electricity going through our body, and you can move around. That's why exercise is so important. You can move around in an exercise, dance, whatever gets you going, that you enjoy, that you like to do. They say the best exercise is the exercise that you will do. So try it. And before you do any kind of spell work, if you do any kind of journaling or scripting, it'll help you put more energy into whatever it is that you're trying to do. And, before you start cooking, raise your energy so you can put that energy into your food. There are all sorts of different ideas and things before you journal, before you do any art, before you do anything really. I have found that taking a moment to raise my energy and put it into the cooking that I'm doing ends up making the food much better, much more flavorful. And I feel like it because I don't always measure things, so I just kind of throw things together, and that can be problematic. Too much salt, not enough salt. So I feel that when I raise this energy and I use it to help me with my cooking, that everything comes out in perfect portions. Okay, so that's it. I just wanted to share that little tip, that little idea. Maybe it'll help you, and I hope it does. Okay, so that's all I got. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for your comments, and do something today that makes you feel good and brings you joy. I love you all, and until next time, blessed be.